You're in the kitchen.
All right. Welcome to another edition of Kitchen Konversations. Jason Aspes, Jared Paul, with a very special edition. Today we have one of the best tennis players in the world who has just retired from the sport, making their way over to become a professional pickleball player. None other than Sam Querrey. Sam Querrey is, former number 11 tennis player in the world.
Made it to the semis at Wimbledon.
Yeah, I mean, one of the best ever. And he's coming over to play.
He beat Djokovic, Nadal, and Andy Murray. I like to say he was in the same tournament, but I think I'm wrong about that. But nonetheless,
same lifetime.
I've beaten none of them.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
No, it's pretty awesome. We're excited to talk to him. But before we do that, I want to thank our sponsors. We got Wisdom Essentials, best CBD products out there. Sue Stick. My arm has been killing me. I've been using it every day. It really helps. We'll see how many times I touch my arm in this broadcast. Also want to give a shout out to Fit Vine Wines right here. One of the best. Low sugar. None of the additives.
Are you drinking wine right now?
Listen to this.
It's 11:20 a.m.
It's 12:25 East Coast time. It's fine. It's fine.
We're gonna have a talk after this podcast, but we'll do that offline.
It's fine, guys. I can't recommend the wine enough. It's great for you. It's good for you. It's healthy wine. Say no more. Just accept that.
All right. Let's get into the meat of this thing. Sam Querrey. Boom.
What's up, Sam?
How you doing?
I'm good. Just hanging at home right now.
Likewise.
Are you babysitting?
I'm babysitting my own kids as we speak.
That's good.
I went golfing, was out of the house for like 10 hours yesterday. So my wife, as she should, just left the house this morning to go have some of her time. And I'm at home with both the boys.
You make those deals too?
I try to.
I almost feel like now my wife encourages me to go play in the morning on the weekends so that she can just be gone the rest of the day.
Yeah, I was, I messed up a little bit. The golf should have taken 4.5 hours. It took like 10 hours with traffic and some other things. So, it wasn't the friendliest of welcomes when I walked back in the house last night. Understandably so.
You got to follow your passions.
Yes, exactly.
Sam, you are so dark in this video. I feel like you are undercover and you're going to make some outrageous claims, but we don't want to know who you are. But it is Sam there, and you do have some pretty remarkable claims. You're coming into a sport that you've been playing for about 6 years. That's a little bit better.
I started playing maybe like 6 years ago with Wes Burrow, who you guys know. This guy Miles Rogers, Doug Ellen, and I've kind of been playing, on and off when I'm home every few months or so. But yeah, now I never knew that the sport was going to be where it is now 6 years ago when I started playing.
Yeah. And you just retired from tennis.
The U.S. Open about a month ago. Yeah, it was my last event.
Were you sad? Was it bittersweet? Were you happy?
I was happy. It's been a fun ride. That was my 17th U.S. Open. I'm glad I got to play all those, but I'm also glad I'm done playing and I'm excited to go do something else now.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to have these goals and pretty cool to have a sport to be able to migrate into and kind of seamlessly move over, especially as it just rides this incredible wave of, just this energy. It's a big ball of energy that seems to be following around pickleball. Obviously, MLP got huge news this week with LeBron buying into a team. With news of you coming over and playing. Oh, like you're on the move.
I'm trying to find better light. I'm like watching your video, but is that better?
Worse.
Yeah, the trees look great.
That's good.
That's better.
A little grainier, but a little lighter. And yeah.
Try to face towards the window if you can.
Oh, duh.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
He really is Sam.
I mean, Jason is like a producer.
You've got a future in this. Now I can get my Tyson McGuffin hat going again.
There we go. Now we're talking. All right.
I don't have eyes on my kids now, so hopefully everything's going to be fine.
So is that a gold record behind you?
Yeah, back in the day, we had a tennis tournament in Memphis, Tennessee, and that was the trophy for winning it. It was kind of like a music-themed event, and so that might be that's the finalist trophy. I think the winner got an actual guitar.
Oh, you didn't win.
Not that I did win.
You won a gold record.
So you have a Tyson McGuffin hat on. What's that all about?
I was in not Utah. I was in Idaho last month on vacation, and he lives up in Coeur d'Alene, which is about an hour from where I was staying. And so we had kind of had one mutual friend put us together, and then I was lucky enough to go to his house, do his podcast, play some pickleball with him, get some tips from him, and it was really fun.
Nice.
All right, so let's take a little jump back, right? So for those that don't know you, you were a world-class tennis player. You, as a teenager, were ranked were you number one in the country when you went pro?
Yeah, give or take, one or two probably. I'm not really sure, but I was one of the best players.
Yeah, for sure. And you went directly. You forewent your college career. You had a full ride to USC. You decided not to go there. They were the number one team in the country at the time. You ended up going pro. And the story I hear is that it was your father's advice. Is that right?
Not necessarily. No. I mean,
okay.
Before college started, I had won 3 challengers, which for those who don't know is like kind of like the AAA baseball. It's like a level right below tour events in tennis. I won 3 of those. I then signed some deals at the time with Adidas and Prince. I no longer use them. I've been with Fila the last 10 years and Babolat, but I signed some deals with them. And so it was kind of an obvious decision at the time. But the part with my dad was like he played baseball at University of Arizona, was drafted by the Tigers, and decided kind of not to go that route and grind through, single A, double A, triple A baseball. And so he, I guess his advice was kind of be, take the chance, bet on yourself, go play tennis. Because I think maybe he wished he would have maybe taken that chance back when he played baseball.
Got it.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. Are you still sponsored by those brands?
I think so. I mean, like I said, U.S. Open was my last event a month ago. Yeah. But I did a tennis event in West Virginia last week. Used my Babolat, played in Fila. I'm playing in the All-American. It's called the All-American Cup in tennis in San Antonio in about a month.
So you're still playing. You're just not
a little bit. I'm doing kind of some just like one-off exhibitions, and so yeah, that's the stuff. That's the racket I still like to use, and the clothes I still like to wear.
Nice. Okay. Do you have a deal with anybody in pickleball yet?
Not yet.
Coming soon. Watch this space.
I hope so. Yeah.
What paddle are you playing with right now?
Just whatever I can find in my garage. I usually, honestly, Wes Burrows will give me a bunch of paddles or ask him for paddles, or some people have sent me paddles. So I'm trying them all out right now and seeing which ones feel the best in my hand.
So we had the opportunity to play one another a few weeks ago out in California. And yeah, for the record, we weren't trying.
Yeah, neither was I.
Right? It was a lunch game. You can find it online. Go look on the kitchen page. Clearly, Jared wasn't trying. I wasn't trying completely.
Clay was trying.
Clay Thompson was definitely trying the hardest. And you'll see that on the video. He's definitely the worst player out there and trying the hardest. So it's a double win.
And for context, it was myself and Jason versus Sam and Clay Thompson, not the basketball player, but the former UCLA tennis star.
I thought it was that when I was invited. I honestly thought it was the basketball player.
Is that the only one?
I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. Not that I don't like Clay Thompson, the tennis player. I've known him forever, but I was like hyped up to go play pickleball with Clay Thompson, the basketball player. And then
when you got there, were you pretty disappointed?
I was extremely disappointed. You probably didn't see it on my face, but I was bummed.
You were like, not the right Clay.
Yeah.
And it was a good match. I mean, granted, and I think it's important we just mention that we had just come off 2 other matches that day. And so we were tired. Jason was cramping up. He's old. I was still short and Jewish and unathletic.
These pickleball games to 11 are really taxing on the body. So I can understand that.
It was a long day.
12 of them. Yeah.
That's right. Fair enough.
But so what's your plan? Like, I think I've heard rumors that you're talking to MLP, potentially going to be in the player pool. And MLP is making a lot of changes. We'll be announcing some of them today. They're expanding more teams. Are you going to be in Columbus to watch and kind of scout out the talent?
I don't know yet. I'm trying to make my plans now, whether that's playing in the MLP or
no, but it's next weekend. Are you going to go watch this one?
I'm not. As of right now, I don't have plans to go out and watch the event. I'm interested in playing, but who knows? I could be out there watching, playing, helping out, but we'll see. But I do know that I want to play next year. I hope that's in the MLP. I went and watched the event in Newport Beach in July, and I thought it was awesome. So yeah, I hope I'm in that player pool next year for guys or for the owners to draft me. And then I'll also probably play some other events I live in Southern California. There's a handful of pickleball tournaments events out here, so I could probably play a lot of them out kind of closer to where I live during the year as well.
So Sam, now you have more free time on your hand, right? Like you've stepped away from the professional ranks of tennis. You can focus more of your time on pickleball, which you obviously haven't been able to put all your time into. You played it, you understand the concepts, but the actual work that goes into becoming a professional pickleball player, coming over from the world of tennis, being a top, 11 player in the world, right? Like truly elite, the best of the best. How good and how quick can you get in pickleball?
That's the question that people want to know.
That's inquiring minds want to know.
I think, like I said, I don't think I'm going to play a full schedule. I'm not 100% sure how the rankings work. So you're probably rewarded more if you play 30 events a year with the ranking. But I do feel like I'll be one of the 20 best guys within 3 months.
I can see
and if my ranking doesn't reflect that, it's just because I'm not playing all the events, but everyone will know that I'm one of the 20 best people.
And are we talking singles, doubles, or both?
Both. I think most people, I feel like doubles is what people care about in pickleball more than singles. It's kind of flit in tennis. I feel like more people care about the singles. I'm planning to play singles and doubles next year, but I guess I'm a little more focused on the doubles.
20 top 20 doesn't get you a lot, right? So like you got to get to like top 10
or top 20 in 3 months, top 10 in 4 months.
Okay. Top 20, you're on an MLP team. Top 20, you're filled with endorsements and with name recognition like you have. You're gonna make some serious waves.
Yeah, and I'm confident that'll come quickly.
Okay,
but we'll see.
Good. I'm confident in your confidence.
All right, thank you.
Have any of the players reached out to you? Have they? When I think there was like an announcement, you were on Tyson's podcast. Have people been reaching out asking you to play? Have they been reaching out talking smack? What's the current landscape of your?
Both. I've had a handful of male and female players ask me, "What are my plans next year? Do I want to play doubles, mixed doubles?" And then I've had some people.
Anyone you can share?
No, I don't want to throw anyone on the bus yet. I don't want to, in case they're already partnered up with someone and like they're going behind their partner's back to ask me. I don't want to create any drama.
Right, drama. We could break the drama right here.
Yeah, and then I've had a couple people like worried, like, "Hey, what are you playing next year? Like, should I be on the lookout?" And I'm just letting them know I'm coming for them, and like, their time at the top is over, and right. some good tennis players are coming to take over the sport.
Was it contentious when you went on Tyson's podcast and you confronted him with the fact that he's no longer going to be at the top?
He's not one of those guys. No, I mean, Tyson's at a top level, and I had a blast on his podcast. And he's, we went out and played that day. It was super windy, so it was hard to gauge like in person how good everyone is. But you can just tell, like he's established himself as one of the top like 3 players. I don't think I'm getting there anytime soon, but he is he's the real deal, and was an awesome guy. I had so much fun on his podcast and hanging out with him, and kind of he was giving me little tips on the game and how the tours work, so it was fun.
And are you going to get coaching, or are you going to just wing it? I mean, can you get that good? I mean, we're talking elite status. Do you need a coach, and are you going to train properly?
I'm not going to get a coach. I'm going to have my, all these guys that I play with, Wes Burrows, or even Tyson, or I played with Ben Johns. I used to play with Riley Newman. I'll get little tips from them. I'm confident just with practice, I can kind of figure it out and just improve with practice play with good players around my area.
And you can watch the morning minutes.
Have coaches in pickleball. I asked Tyson that. He's like, I sometimes work with someone, but no, I don't think anyone has a coach.
Right. I could imagine being at the beginning of this journey, trying to accelerate that, that skill set so rapidly. That might be something that I would look into. I'm not a big coach guy.
If I hadn't been playing on and off for 6 years, I would maybe get a coach. But I know what I'm doing. I've been playing.
Yeah, you have the chops. I mean,
for a while, so I know how the game works, and I'm good.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
What I just want to see. I want to see you try.
I'm not going to try against you guys. I'll try against anyone else.
Fair.
Oh, well, thank you.
We'll do the same. So
I'm going to take that as a compliment.
So you won't tell us who's been sliding in the DMs, but how about whose game do you respect besides Tyson? We know you have a man crush on Tyson, but what other players' game are you currently kind of envying, and then who's overrated? Let's get some.
Yeah, I'm starting to. I don't know all the players yet. Look, obviously Ben Johns is like on another level in this sport. He's also, it's a little bit like Federer. He's almost boring to watch in a way. You're like, what does he do well? You're like, I don't really know, but it does.
He doesn't sweat. He's like Federer.
He doesn't really lose much.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy.
Yeah.
Riley Newman is fun to watch just because he got that funky two hands on both sides. Overrated. I'm trying to think of the guys that were like good like 3-4 years ago. I just don't know the names. Can you throw out who was good like 3-4 years ago? Can you give me names?
I can't do that. I'm not.
You don't have to say if they're good or bad. I'll tell you if I think they're overrated.
So I'll throw out some names who were good 3 or 4 years, who have been in the game for a minute.
Yep.
And these are, again, I want to blatantly state I do not think these players are overrated. Kyle Yates.
Overrated.
Ryan
Sherry.
Ryan Sherry.
Ryan Sherry, overrated.
Andre Daskew.
Don't know who that is.
Who else? We got like
Matt Manassi.
Eric Lang.
Manassi, overrated for sure. Eric Lang, underrated.
Eric Lang.
Wes Burrows.
Wes Burrows, properly rated.
Tyson.
I mean, I said this on his podcast. Like when we're like in the tennis locker room, the tennis guys are watching McGuffin videos. The guy moves around the court better than anyone I've ever seen. And he's with the tattoos and the hair. He just got the whole look. The whole tennis tour is a fan of it.
Do you know Julian Arnold? You know that name?
No, that might have been one of the guys that slid into my DMs, though.
I could see that.
Yeah.
He's good.
I think I know the name.
He's a good player. Someone that we were talking before we kind of went live, this guy, Christian Alshon. Maybe that's an interesting name. He's young, 22, cocky. He's
just came off a NCAA Division III title with University of Chicago.
Up with him.
I think that would be interesting.
Okay.
Like,
give him my number. I mean, I'll play with him. I'd love it.
All right, we'll
what
make
are you,
intro.
early 30s? You're mid, early
34.
I think that'd be interesting. The other name that I threw out was Amir Delic, who is number 60, I believe, in the world in tennis. Great guy, Austin, Texas. He has game. And I was talking to him last night. I said, are you trying to play pro? He said, I just, he's in private equities. I just don't have the time.
I mean, I would play with Amir in a second. The last event he played was like an amateur event in Newport Beach, and he was playing with a bunch of 70-year-olds and like not holding back at all. And I just don't know if I want to play with a guy who treats the elders like that.
It's fair.
So.
I appreciate you not trying against me, Sam.
Exactly.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Wes threw out some other questions that I should ask. Who's the best looking guy on Pickle Tour besides Tyson? Because he said he has great hair and tattoos.
I don't know. I would need like a roster in front of me. Like I said, I only really know like 4 faces. I feel like it's a good looking group though.
Let me show you Christian Alshon. Let me just see.
Yeah, let me see what we got here. Christian Alshon. Is that?
He's dreamy. It's pretty dreamy.
Oh, I'd move that over. Looks like Trevor Lawrence there or something.
He does look like Trevor Lawrence. And he's kind of like jacked, like Look at this. No, he doesn't wear sleeves either.
No, that's good for the sport.
This is your guy. I feel like this could be your fella.
We get him on the show right now.
Should I see if he's available?
See if he's available. I'll sign up for a tournament with you right now.
This is the same thing. He's got a partner. He's got Johnny Goldberg. Bing bong.
Yeah, but you don't think he's going to leave Johnny Goldberg for me right now on the spot? I almost guarantee it.
Let's see if we can make it up. This is like one of those loyalty tests. Get him on the phone
right now on this show.
I'm going to try to get Alshon on. Jason, do you have his info? Oh, I got it.
I do.
Send him the link.
Okay, let me see if he's available here. Hold on one second.
I'll ask
him to call his partner on the show and let him know he's moving on.
I love it. That now you're really starting to stir it up. I like that.
I'm going to try to get Amir on too.
Yeah, let's talk about what he did to the old folks out there in Newport.
All right, let's see what happens. We've never done this before live. Actually, I asked Wes, but I asked him like 10 minutes before he started, and he's like, I'm in San Francisco on a business trip, and I just can't make it happen. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Christian's actually probably playing like as we speak.
Yeah, he's in Vegas. That's.
But Amir could come on. Let me see. Let's see if Christian won his open, but he hasn't started yet. So I feel like he should
playing with his partner, the guy you mentioned.
He's playing singles today, and I don't know who he's playing doubles with, but he's a hot commodity.
All right, I'll team up with him right now. I love it.
Let's see what Delic has to say. We'll see if he hops on. All right. Well, while we're waiting on those guys,
So Sam, so let's go back. Tennis career, early in your career, you go out to Bangkok, right? And so probably not a lot of people know the story. I love Bangkok, spent a lot of time in Asia. You were at a hotel getting ready to play in a pro event there. And lesson learned here, don't sit on glass tables.
Yep.
You sat down on a glass table to put your shoes on, right?
Yeah, so it was actually at the tournament at the site. I just practiced, went out of the locker room, showered. There was like no chairs in the locker room, so there was like a glass coffee table. I sat on it to put my shoes and socks on, which was stupid, but not that uncommon to just sit on a coffee table. I shouldn't have sat on a glass one. But anyway, it supported me for probably like 20 seconds. And the next thing I knew, I fell through it. And then when I looked, nothing like, luckily I had one piece of glass in me. It was in my right arm. And it was like the size of a phone just like sticking out of my arm, and blood is just spewing out all over the place on the hallway. And luckily it happened at the tournament site because there's a tournament doctor like down the hall.
Yeah.
So I basically ran down there. I was like, I got an issue here. I got a piece of glass on my arm and I'm losing blood in a second.
How old were you at the time?
I was 20, I think.
Okay. And were your parents with you?
No, my coach was with me. And then one of my best friends, Dan Ferrugia, was with me.
And how scary, you're in Bangkok, right?
Dan the intern?
Dan the intern was with me, yeah.
Okay.
I was scared. The doctor kind of took the glass out. We kind of put some like a towel over to stop the bleeding, got in an ambulance, and we drove like an hour away to like a private hospital and waited there. There was like a great surgeon there.
In Bangkok traffic, that's only a mile away.
It was only a mile away, exactly.
Right, in fairness.
But yeah, there was a surgeon there. It sliced right through the skin, right through the muscle, and missed the nerve by like a millimeter, luckily. But yeah, luckily, we stitched it all up. And I remember this too. My hospital bill was like $1,800 for like that overnight stay. I didn't even meet my deductible. That's how like cheap and good the healthcare was over there.
Well, the healthcare in Thailand, actually, it's a great place.
It was awesome. And
destination,
you got some dental work too while you're.
I should have.
Yeah, medical tourism.
But yeah, it was like I was out for 4 months maybe, and then was able to come back early in 2010. But yeah, it was scary for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I can only imagine. So, how much time did you miss of tennis? Is that months?
I missed 4 months, but it was really only like 2 months. I missed like September, October, and then November, December is the off season anyway.
Yeah. And
then I was able to play in January. So I only missed a handful of turns. If you're gonna slice your arm open, it's best to do it late here like that, where you can kind of not miss.
That's smart. That was clever of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A sharp pivot here. what's your favorite Broadway show, and how many have you seen?
I've probably seen 20. It's Book of Mormon for sure.
Book of Mormon.
If anyone's gonna, if anyone's gonna go see a show like and you haven't seen one, go see that one. You'll just be like dying laughing in your seat.
You've seen Avenue Q?
Nope.
Oh,
I haven't been in a couple years. Now that we have like little kids, we haven't really been lately, and with COVID the last couple of years, I think
Kids do not like Broadway shows.
Yeah,
well,
no, but New York and London, we'd like always go to shows.
Right. So Avenue Q, I would say, gives Book of Mormon a run for its money.
Okay. If
from a comedy standpoint,
the next pickle event that's in like London or New York, I'll go check that out.
Perfect.
New York will be in April or May at Billie Jean King, which I'm assuming.
Oh, really? What kind? Yeah. What event is it?
That
like
the APP New York.
Okay.
We'll have to
it's
go.
Pretty awesome.
We'll have to hang out there.
I think you returning. I think Sam, you returning to the grounds of the U.S. Open would be a pretty good.
That would be cool.
Story.
Yeah, I'll have to maybe highlight that one on the calendar.
But you have to win. That's the thing, right?
APP. I mean, is there good players in the APP?
There are some pretty good players over there.
All right, I can make a little run at that event. I'm used to those courts. I've already got an advantage.
That's right. That's right.
Jason, I have a whole list of questions, so I don't want to just keep.
Just keep rattling them off. Right. I love it.
Best looking player, men's player on the ATP tour.
Oh my god, a lot of like best looking questions here.
This is Wes. These are Wes's questions.
Wes is a little curious on who are the good looking. I mean,
Wes is asking for a friend.
Federer because he's best in everything else, but he's just got that like James Bond classic look. Just he's always dressed a little better than everyone. The hair's always a little better than everyone.
Were you crying when he retired?
No, I couldn't find the match online. I was so mad. I was at the Greenbrier. I didn't have Tennis Channel. I thought I had Tennis Channel Plus on my computer.
You know he retired.
But did you cry when you couldn't find it?
No, I watched his speech on YouTube either later that night or the next day, and there was probably one tear that came down.
Nadal was sad. I mean, he was really
sad. I don't know if that was real or not, but if he was faking it, like he deserves an award for that.
So I heard you went on Millionaire Matchmaker.
Yes, that was 2012 maybe.
Is that where you met your wife?
No.
Okay.
But it was fun. I had like a blast on that show. We filmed it over like a 3-day period. They gave me it's kind of some insider scoop. They gave me like a nice fake house. I was actually living with Wes at the time in an apartment. And they're like, this isn't going to work for the show. They gave me a house that wasn't mine, and they also gave me a dog that wasn't mine. So it just looked better.
How did Wes feel about that?
I think he was bummed. Like, hey, I'm not good enough for this show.
Right. Did you name the dog Wes?
I don't even remember what the dog's name was.
Here, Sweeps. Come here, boy.
Could have.
Jason, I'm just going to keep throwing out questions. You can. So I'm a big Bachelor fan. My wife and I have watched many Bachelors, and actually I'm very into Bachelor in Paradise right now. Do you still watch the Bachelor shows?
I don't watch it anymore. I kind of became uninterested maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, and then once Chris Harrison was booted, I was like, I can't. I love Chris Harrison, and so
that was like I felt like that was like one of those cancel culture events.
Oh, it was unfair. So I'm just like I'm not watching the show anymore. But I mean,
Jesse Palmer though. I mean, he's cool.
Who's hosting?
Jesse Palmer.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. But I'm not into it anymore. I was into it. I mean, going back like almost like 14, 15 years ago, I would do like fantasy Bachelor with like friends of mine. And this is before you could do that online now. We were like that. We would draw like a big board up and make our own rules. We're like, hey, if they get in a helicopter, it's 4 points. If the ambulance comes, it's 6 points. Rose this and
like death pool, but
yeah, we'd have like a watch party every Monday night and like tallying it, and like people are putting money in.
It was like a bunch of dudes hanging out.
It was, I think it was guys and girls when we were originally doing it.
So it was really just a bunch of dudes.
It was like 15 guys, 1 girl.
Fair. He said, Wes said you used to send an email breakdown of all the contestants. Can you
early on I did.
Can you forward me one of those? Is that
You're not gonna. I'll show it to you on my phone. That leaks. I'm talking about cancel culture.
You're done. You're done. Okay.
I'm not in any leagues next year. I'm never playing pickleball again.
I don't know if pickleball cancels people yet.
It will if they read this.
Jason, what do you got? I have like 4 more questions. What do you got?
I want to know what are you doing when you're not playing pickleball and not now tennis is sort of over. Raising a family. What do you do?
I got to figure that out. I've only been retired for a month, and we went right from New York to Idaho for like 3 weeks. So I've been like home at my house for like a week, officially retired. And so I've got 2 young boys trying to play some pickleball. I like golfing. I like doing chores around the house. I'm gonna try to do, see what other things kind of interest me going forward, and then maybe pursue a career in some other paths as well as pickleball.
So you're not full Tom Brady. You're not gonna like keep returning to tennis and.
No, I'm done with tennis. That's for sure. I'll do some one-off exhibitions, but yeah, not going back on the tour.
Have you seen the John McEnroe documentary on Netflix?
Have not.
Pretty good. I watched it last night. In preparation for this conversation, I checked it out last night.
All right, I'll watch it this week. I love John.
Pretty good. Him and Borg. Connors. It's actually kind of an interesting film and how they shot it, but it's pretty good. I think you'll like it.
I'll watch it.
Who's your favorite like tennis player that came up the same time as you and like old school player?
What? That question feels like it contradicts itself. Who came up the same time as me, but is old school?
No, like both. I want to know both.
Oh, I got you. It's 2 questions.
2 questions.
So like my best friends, like John Isner, Steve Johnson, we were all groomsmen at each other's weddings. We've known each other forever. Those are 2 of my good friends, but also I'm really close with Jack Sock, with the Bryan brothers, and old school guys. I didn't watch a lot of tennis when I was younger. When I started watching, it was like Andy Roddick like era. So like he was kind of the guy when I was like 13, 14 who was like the man. But no, I love, Chang, Sampras, Agassi, love all those guys. But I didn't watch them play a ton.
Roddick doesn't like pickle. Did you hear that?
Oh, I know. That's honestly, I love pickleball. When the tennis players are asking me, hey, what are you gonna have the tennis? I kind of like mumble. I'm like, I might play some pickleball, just because it's still tough to admit.
Jack Sock, I've been messaging with Jack. He's in North Carolina, right?
He lives in North Carolina, yeah.
He wants to do a lunch game. And Stevie actually was supposed to be in that. He was supposed to be Clay.
He had something else to do. But Stevie and Jack are guys I've played with before. Like if they focused on pickleball for 3 months, they're top 20.
But Jack still plays. Like he's young.
Yeah, no, Jack and Stevie both play tennis. I'm just saying if they wanted to be some of the best pickleball players, they could be some of the best pickleball players.
But hold on, but explain this, okay? Because and I saw McEnroe the other night was complaining about pickleball as well, right? So there's a lot of kind of haters from the tennis world that I think don't fully comprehend some of the strategy that is pickleball, right? They look at it and they think
you've never played tennis at the highest level, nor have I. So we think it's challenging, but these guys might be like this.
No, but I think there's a different game under the game. There's a game inside the game here.
There is. I just feel like the top tennis players can all be elite at pickleball if they want. The top pickleball players cannot be elite at tennis.
That I agree with.
I do feel, yes, at the top level of pickleball, there's some nuances. There's some things that myself, Steve Johnson, Jack Sock, the tennis players need to learn that we'll pick up quickly and we'll figure it out fast and be right at the level of those other guys.
I don't think all top tennis players can pick it up.
I agree with you. Jack and Stevie are great athletes, great hands, great slices. Yes, I'm with you on that.
Amir's touch is insane. Like he is so good.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, going back to the overrated, underrated, Amir's got to be an overrated.
Overrated pickleball.
He looks good out there, but probably isn't as good as
right now. Amir Delic. I mean, again, I'm a 4-4 duper, but Amir is good. Like he's hanging with the pros. He comes out with my friends who are solid 5-0s. Like he's good.
Yeah, but he's knocking. But I think Sam's knocking the fact that Amir looks so good at everything he does.
Exactly. He's not
right. He's a really good looking dude, huh?
A great looking guy, smooth, Yeah,
he's the man. I really like him here. I think you guys should play. Great. I mean, you guys got to give it a couple tournaments together. It would be great.
We'll try to figure that out next year.
Okay. your intro to pickle was with Miles from Wheels Up, and you played against Ben Johns and Randall Emmett once.
I did, yeah.
Can we talk about Randall Emmett or is
Yeah?
Okay.
I played Randall Emmett.
I was asking Jason actually.
All right. Wes
yeah,
Burrow
we can talk about Randall
Ben
Emmett.
Johns and Randall Emmett.
Jason whooped Randall Emmett's butt in singles. It was amazing.
Did you?
I did.
Is there video footage of that?
I do have some footage of that. He was not very happy playing me.
He's a doubles player. Let's see if you can get him on the doubles court.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
We'll do that.
Let's see if you two can beat him and Ben Johns.
If we played Randall and Ben, we would lose.
You'd lose 11-0.
I don't think we'd lose 11-0.
No, we wouldn't. But we would lose.
I don't think
Ben
Ben
would
would
overtake and just dominate the entire court.
Well, I'll hit it behind him.
Okay.
I have pinpoint accuracy.
All right. Well, I hope that match happens.
put that together.
I don't know, the Samurai fan group, Emmy award-winning filmmakers.
Yeah, I mean, those are like all my buddies from high school when I used to play tennis. Like before they got real jobs, they were the samurais, and they'd come to the tennis tournaments and take their shirts off and make samurai on their chest and bring in drums, and it was so much fun. They would go crazy, and a few of the guys, the Way brothers, they are great filmmakers who wrote and directed Wild Wild Country, and they're doing all the Untold documentaries on Netflix right now, which Marty Fish had one of those.
Love them.
Yeah, they're unbelievable. Every story is great. But they were in that group back in the day.
And one. I watched the and one the other day.
I haven't seen that. It's like the one I haven't seen yet. I need to watch that one.
It's great. I watched the sailing one, the and one. What are the others? I'm trying to even remember.
Still around?
Well, the Manti Te'o one. There's like
the Manti Te'o. That was ridiculous.
They're all so good.
That was the Manti Te'o one is the one that got me into them, and I just started watching.
It was like the original Catfish.
Yeah, it's an amazing story. Go watch it, everybody. Go watch that story, the Manti Te'o one. Fantastic. Why are you doing this, Sam? Like, why? You don't need to do this, obviously.
I like it. I like the sport. Like I've been saying, I've been playing for like on and off, for 6 years casually. I really like the sport. It's fun to watch it grow and all the excitement behind it. I want to go see if I can compete with those top guys. It's fun. I want to go play. I don't want to sit at home. I don't want to go get like a desk job. I want to go out and like play pickleball with my friends.
Yeah, no, that I get.
You don't need a job. I'm assuming like you've done okay.
It's just fun. I want to see how good I can be and like.
But it's right. But it's not like pickleball or desk job. I don't think it's like you're having a good.
That was a poor analogy for me. It's more just it's fun. I enjoy it.
Do you want to work in the kitchen?
That's what I want to do.
We need some
people. Are you guys looking for people?
We are. When we raising money, we have a whole plan.
I have no tech skills.
Ford,
come here, bud.
How can we support your journey?
Gosh, I'm not sure. This is my son Ford. He likes pickleball too.
What's up, dude?
What's going on?
Can you say pickleball?
How old are you, little dude?
He's 2.
2. I have a daughter. I wish Zoe was here. I have a daughter that's 2.
This is his first big interview.
And this is how she gets when she's in front of the camera.
The car.
Nice. Yeah, great. Fantastic.
I don't know how you guys just stay. I don't know. You guys I love doing. I'll do as much content, interviews, and stuff as you guys want. You guys are great for the sport. You do a lot, and so anytime I can get on some of your, behind your cameras, I'm in.
I have an idea. What if I like your candidness, and I feel like you're the kind of guy where like you've already made it at like the highest level in the sport. So like if you don't I don't think you care that much about what the pickleball people really think. Like. You respect them, but and I'm putting words in your mouth. But like, I think it could be interesting to have you on some sort of cadence where we talk about the landscape. Obviously, you'd have to get to know who these people are. Like 3 players right now, so we need to get you to know some of the players. Right. And I think we should maybe do that.
I would 100% do that if things get going next year where I'm in a league or playing. I would love to hop on once a week and do like updates of how it's going. This is what I think of these. I'll give you candid answers.
I think that'd be great. I think it'd be
overrated, underrated. That could be a weekly segment.
I love it. And I think it actually will be different than you expect it to be. And I think that's what will make it interesting, because I hope it's smooth sailing for you. I hope that you cruise to, easy top 10, but I have a feeling that there are going to be some ups and downs along that journey. And I think that's what will make it interesting.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
All right. Well, we'd love to hear it here. That would be great. Let's do that. Let's make that official.
We'll keep chatting, and we'll If it works out, we can get it like Monday at 9 or something. We can just put it in the calendar.
I love it. Do you have time for one more question?
Yes.
I've heard you make a lot of wild bets.
I guess somewhat, yeah.
Weirdest bet you've ever made?
I can't even think. I mean, it kind
Think
of started.
about it. Next time we do our interview, you tell me.
Back in the day, that kind of started with like Andy Roddick at like Davis Cup. He was always doing stuff like that. Like, I'll give you $500, you go eat like 30 hot dogs right now. And as like the 17-year-old practice partner, you're like, dang, $500? Like, okay, I'll go do that. And so that's kind of where that came. But yes, next I'll think back and kind of remember some of the good ones for next time.
All right.
Sam, thank you so much for your time. Ford, I'm glad you had a good nap.
You guys bored him. He left.
Well, Sam, if we can be of any help on the sponsorship front, let me know.
Okay.
And I will say that we have great engagement and reach. And if we do a segment, I think your value goes up.
No, I want to do that like a weekly segment. I'm like 100% all in on that.
Let's do it.
I'll just keep you guys posted with my progress in the sport here as we move forward.
Perfect.
Sam Querrey, everybody. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate the time, and good luck on a swift, fast
ascension.
Yeah, rise to the top 10.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Sam.
See ya.
Take care.